Darkness. An endless expanse of nothing in all directions. Feels like eternity that we've sat here, watching, waiting for anything. Until a small spark flickers into our vision and explodes outwards. An endless fire that consumes all it touches, leaving behind its mark wherever it goes. The small globules of flame that will one day bring form into life. Yet we wait. Yet we hunger. A universe churns, galaxies swirl, stars form, rocks smash into one another in an endless shower of violence. Planets form from dust and gas, from violent volcanic collisions, and spin around stars. Feels like eternity has passed, yet, for us, we've merely blinked. Molten planets cool as they rotate throughout the systems. Beings form, plants grow. Life is extinguished, just to start over again. Another blink, and it'll be gone. Back to gas and dust. Back to nothing. But right now, it's the year 1932 on a planet called Earth. The night is dark. You think it expands forever and is made of nothing. But when you close your eyes, you hear the wind blowing through the trees. You hear crickets chirp into the night. You hear all the animals that inhabit the forest, a heavy and consistent sound moving through the night. Unnatural in its movement, burning the corpses of the ancients inside of an unfeeling creation in order to shuttle those around that made it between the scars left upon this world. Welcome to Null Shore, 1932. Dark smoke pours out into the night. A train moves along dark iron tracks. It left the big city a few days ago and is on the outskirts of the shore as we speak. Warm amber lights pour out of the windows along either side, a comfort in these parts lost in the dense woods. On the front of the locomotive is a steel emblem, a logo, the symbol of Phoenix and Sons, an up-and-coming company from the big city. This is their pride and joy, the Shoreline Express, a state-of-the-art coal-fueled locomotive. Our view moves into the train itself. As we pass by a figure shoveling coal into a furnace, through a corridor compartment with some small bags stowed, along a narrow corridor and outskirts of a large cabin where the door reads, Owner's Suite. We shuffle on by another narrow corridor with the sounds of the kitchen pushing through the thin walls before a door opens into life. Music plays through some wired speakers, and thick smoke fills the air. Various individuals sit at tables or the occasional booth along this narrow train car, drinking, smoking, playing games, laughing loudly. The lights of the car flicker for a moment, and evidently knocking out the music. See, the bartender looks around and runs up and hits it with his hand, the radio, a few times to no real avail. The door at the opposite end of this lounge car opens up as an individual steps through, closes the door behind them. Wearing a long overcoat with a shirt and tie underneath it, they reach up and adjust their brimmed cap as they walk through the car, taking in the sights of other passengers. The individual bumps into two others, and he offers up an apology as he finds a seat at the bar. The illuminated sign above the bar reads, "The Roaring Dory." An older gentleman with a soft smile and rolled up sleeves and a nice maroon shirt greets the individual. The individual puts up two fingers, points at the bartender. Bartender doesn't miss a beat, grabs a whiskey off the shelf and pours two fingers and lays it on the table. "How you doing, detective?" The bartender slides the drink forward. The individual looks up, takes his cap off and lays it on the bar beside him. "How am I ever doing, Monty? I'm here, I'm breathing, can't complain, I guess." Well-dressed individual knocks back the whiskey and taps it on the bar for another. The sounds of the lounge drown out the conversation as our gaze settles on an individual. Joining us here at the table for our first time is our good friend Retsyn. Retsyn, if you would be so kind, could you introduce your character, what they look like, and what you think they're currently doing in this lounge car?
Well, everyone is probably trying to ignore JW as best they can. He's got his shoes off and he's barefoot and he's pulled his legs up into a meditation pose, crisscross on his chair. He's wearing a loud orange dress shirt, partly unbuttoned, and it's not very becoming for a man of his age or physical appearance. And this is underneath what probably was once an expensive suit, but it looks like it hasn't been pressed or ironed in a very long time. His hair is sticking up in all directions. And for a local of this country and this region, he is way too suntanned. So it's clear to everybody that he must be back fresh from some foreign trip where he got a lot of sun. He's got his eyes closed and he's giving off a weird vibe, but he's got a little smile.
Love a weird vibe. Amazing. Yeah, you're looking around, and you of anybody else, I think, in this lounge car probably would notice the bartender slamming on the radio as the connection was cut. Just kind of looks confused, gives up, and goes back to serving drinks at the bar. There's the thick haze kind of hovering on the ceiling. A not so new but friendly face is returning to our table for shenanigans. It's Rudy. Would you also please be so kind as to introduce your character and what they look like and what you think they're up to?
Sure thing. I think Gordon Gilroy Crothers, or GG as he insists all his friends call him, definitely stands out in this cart in his own way. While other people in here are either gladly socializing or sort of, taking solace in their solitude as a traveler on here, he seems like he is waiting for someone. He is a man of about 42, in modern parlance, just sort of shaped like a friend, just sort of round and rosy-cheeked and friendly-faced. He has dark hair that is, combed very neatly on both sides, and a mustache that sort of matches on that. He's also wearing a suit that seems like a shade lighter than would be the common fashion, so people looking at him might not take him as seriously as your standard businessman. And he, I think, is just waiting in one of the booths in this car, probably just nursing a drink or a sandwich he ordered, and he seems like he just keeps looking up now and again, like he's waiting to see someone.
Yeah. As you're just kind of waiting there, nursing your drink, some people come and go throughout the room for sure. You definitely notice an individual that was previously bumped by the investigator. They kind of just seem a little bit annoyed. Kind of a shady individual who goes on through the door, let's say to the north of the train, which is kind of towards the upper class type areas and things like that. To be specific, you all know the train, as you've all been on it for a few days, but I'll say you are in the lounge right now, so they are heading towards kind of the kitchen owner's suite, that kind of direction. In absolutely no particular order, just the order I happen to have it written down in my notes, our view goes to Sinead's character. Sinead, would you also like to introduce your character to all of us and what they're doing?
Sure. It's my mic. Okay. Miss Sibyl Avery is probably sitting out in the lounge car. She would, to any passerby, immediately look rich, well-dressed. However, definitely leaning slightly more into the masculine style of the day. But also has an air of sort of openness about her. She's around 30. Whether you could tell or not, that would depend on your perception. She definitely puts in an effort to keep up with all the modern trends of trying to look young. And she has plain brown hair. She's of average height, sitting probably by herself, but not with an air that says others are unwelcome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, just kind of taking in the vibe, keeping a very sharp, trained eye, I would say, on the individuals kind of around the room and coming and going. There's a few that are kind of taking up their positions at the bar itself, including someone who's referred to as the detective, of course. As our view kind of shifts and moves across people drinking and smoking and lots of card games going on in this lounge car, Josh, would you like to introduce your character?
I would love to introduce my character. So, the character's name is Chatsworth Anderson Seabring. He looks his dress would be very similar to that of the detective, wearing a long overcoat with a nice colored shirt, tie, vest underneath, with a wide brim fedora. The thing you would notice first about Chatsworth is that he has it's generally more grizzled than you would expect for somebody in their late 20s, early 30s. Lots more gray hair than his natural blonde. Does have some scarring on his face from like a fire or some slashes, that kind of stuff. So tends to keep his hat pulled low just to kind of avoid the gaze of most people. Would also be sitting at the bar by himself, nursing his own whiskey while having a cigarette.
Yeah. Sitting at the bar by yourself, again, you do notice the individuals coming and going, and the detective who pulled up and was referred to as that by the bartender. But you definitely spot a familiar-looking face, maybe more than one familiar-looking face in this lounge car, especially after spending a few days on board. But one of these familiar faces, Patrick, if you'd like to introduce your character.
So, my character is Thomas Clark. He's average height, average build man. He's wearing a red button-up shirt with black suspenders and a gray newsie. He's got circular glasses and a bit of a shorter beard than what I have on my face. Bit cleaner. He's sitting down in a booth to himself, and you see there's probably 5 or 6 empty beer bottles around a table in front of him. He has a little notebook out on the table, taking a few notes, just looking around. people watching 100%. And he folds up his notebook, puts it away, picks up all the beer bottles and stands up. Not very stable on his feet at this point in time. Saunters on over to the bar, slams the dead soldiers onto the bar, and sits down in the stool next to Chatsworth. Hello, Chatsworth. It's been a while.
Oh, has been a while. What you been up to?
Oh, this and that. You know, keeping busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what takes you aboard the old train this evening?
You know, just this and that. Trying to get to the shore.
It's definitely the fastest way.
Yeah. You still taking pictures for that thing you do?
Oh yeah, just camera hanging off of his neck. Yeah, we got hired out to do a job out in the old shore. Some kind of business stuff going on out there.
Yeah. I got a contact that reached out and told me they had some stuff for sale that I figured I should go look into.
Interesting. I'm going to be in town for, well, the crew got me setting up camp there for a good while. Whatever's going on out there with all this business coming back into the area. So I mean, we should grab a drink some point in time. We grab one now. Actually, he holds up his hand to the barman.
Yeah, the bartender saunters over. Gentlemen?
Yeah, I'll have another and one for my friend here.
Thank you.
You got it. Turns around and goes back to the bar, reaches under and cracks open a fresh beer. The year is 1932, but there is no real prohibition or anything going on. Not in our narrative, at least. You also notice this train itself is kind of the height of cutting edge in terms of trains. You see the cooled section underneath where most of the bottled drinks are being stored, and walks back over and lays down the drinks in front of you and just gives you a nod, heads back around. See a detective kind of like looks over at both of you with a curious stare. As our view kind of shifts around, is there anything that Sibyl is doing in the moment? Seeing everyone kind of moving and shaking?
With a concerted effort to not show it, she is tracking Thomas to see who he already knows.
Ooh. That's very fun. Is there anything Thomas is concealing, do we think? Or do you think Thomas is just maybe concealing the number of drinks he's had?
He's definitely doing a bad job of concealing how many drinks he's had. It also took me a moment to remember that you were referring to me when you said Thomas. He's definitely concealing something, but not actively.
All right. You're keeping a close eye on our boy Thomas over there as he's sitting at the bar with someone who somewhat looks familiar to Sibyl, not unfamiliar, I would think. As our view turns to our friend-shaped friend, Rooney, is there anything that GG in this moment is curious about or is getting up to?
I think he's keeping a very close eye on that north end of the train where, all the first class and higher patrons would be coming from. And every time he sees someone open and sees the flash of like a very nice looking suit, he does like a sort of half get up to maybe get their attention quickly, and then like very quickly and abashedly sits back down when he realizes it's not who he's waiting for, because he's really been waiting to get a moment with them for like the whole time he's been on the train, and it has not panned out so far.
You do see the doors open up. Another individual kind of steps out. It's the conductor of the train. Very well dressed, like a white beard, crisp, very well shaved and shaped. They kind of do a once over in the bar, and you see a couple of other patrons kind of like wave them over. It seems like the other first class passengers kind of got the ear of the conductor, but he heads over merrily and strikes up a conversation, you can see. And as this is happening, not too far away, Retsyn, is JW Powers getting up to anything in this moment?
JW, ever since the radio was disrupted, he sort of became more alert. He put his socks and shoes back on, and now he's seated more normally, and he's sort of squinting at the radio, waiting to hear another disturbance. He's listening intently for that.
Yeah, got it. You do see that after the bartender serves some gentlemen at the bar and kind of leans over the bar with the detective and has a little conversation there, and the detective like points at the radio, and bartender shrugs a little bit and then goes over and hits it, moves some knobs, and is just like, I don't know, detective. The detective like pipes up, I mean, cutting edge, man. It's just like I'd expect more. We had better radios overseas. I don't know what's going on here. You think Phoenix would chuck a little bit more money into the... Anyway, it's none of my business. Another whiskey, and the bartender grabs the bottle off the shelf. Sibyl, you see the bartender kind of like stares in your direction and gives you a very slow nod as he pours a whiskey and puts it back up onto the shelf.
All right. I wink at him.
He winks back. Is anyone doing anything in this moment?
I think JW is going to move to the bar and listen closer to the radio. He's going to stand up and move to the bar.
Yeah.
Another beer over here, please.
Bartender eyes you and heads over. You sure you are you all right? Are you listen, I know you're not staying too far away, but you want to make it there, and you don't want to take the wrong door and end up outside, I guess is what I'm saying.
I appreciate your concern. I'll get two.
And you, sir?
I will also have another.
Boys look like you look like the military types. You fight overseas, or?
You could say that. Sort of.
Sort of. Well, how about this? Drinks are on the house. And he heads back and cracks open a couple more drinks and pops them down in front of you. Name is Monty.
Thanks, Monty. Appreciate it.
Gives a little wink.
You're a good man, Monty.
I do what I can, Listen, they're bringing the drinks on board. I don't think I'm going to count how many's left at the end of the night.
Well, in that case, I better have two, too.
Drops another one in front of you. Looks at JW, who approached the bar. Can I get you anything?
Yes, namaste. Can I get a scotch neat with a wedge of pomelo?
Namaste. Name is Monty. Sorry.
My apologies, Monty. Yeah, just a scotch neat would be absolutely lovely right now.
You got it. Top shelf?
Yeah. I'm good for it.
Pours up a top shelf for JW. No, not the voice I was expecting, but I fucking love it. Lays it down. You heading into the shore?
That's right. It wouldn't be my first time. I've got family up there.
Family? Oh yeah. Not many come from out that way. Not a huge lot.
No, but I'm descendant of a very proud line. You might have heard of the Powers. They own the broadcast network.
Oh, yeah. You know, if you want to take a broadcast network, if you know anything about it, our radio's on the Fritz. Just, we hit, I don't know, we must have hit something, and the whole electrical, this whole thing, electrics, I don't think it's going to catch on. Everything is too shoddy and in and out, and it's a huge amount of effort to keep it going. But hey, if you want to take a look, it's, you know, by all means.
How long has this been troubling you?
You know, pretty much just the past day and a half. You know, the train out of Null Shore seemed fine. The going back in causing some issues. We just haven't had someone to come in and look at all the, you know, wiring and all that, right?
So what the sound that JW heard earlier, was that what did the disruption sound like to him? Was it like voices, or was it like static, or?
It was just like a weird static, and it just cut completely.
So this guy's suggesting that JW examined the radio itself.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't know what's up. He's
All right, fuck it, let's do it. If you could reach up and pass me that receiver, I could take a look for you.
He looks around. He's like, receiver. What's the
Is the radio a standalone thing, or is it wired to the
yeah,
train?
it's like
It is, okay.
a huge fucking thing in the corner.
Okay, but it's too heavy to like lift.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Okay.
It's pretty large.
All right, well, if he's inviting me back behind the counter to fuck
Yes, come on back.
with it. All right, he unceremoniously hops the bar and lands on the other side.
Yeah.
I guess I am investigating the radio.
This is our first roll. First roll. There are a couple of things you could do. Electrical repair, but I'd also take like engineering or mechanical repair. The way this works, again, that we know is rolling a D100, and you're aiming to get underneath your score that you have in that ability.
Okay, I'm looking at my investigator skills. Now, JW is an engineer, and he ain't half bad at this.
Hell yeah.
So electrical repair is 75, but what was the other one you said?
Mechanical repair also kind of makes sense to me.
Okay, we're going to go with electrical repair because he's well equipped for that.
75, so very likely you'll succeed.
No, not today. 79.
All right, well, the good thing is about this system, you have luck points. So
Okay.
you have a certain amount of luck points on your character sheet, I believe. And you can spend, definitely everyone has a few luck points, without a doubt. You can spend an amount of luck points to make the difference and succeed.
This is the devil talking.
Does something really bad happen when you run out of luck?
No. The thing is, sometimes you might need to do a luck check, and the more points you spend, the harder it is to do a luck check if that comes up. We don't know if it's going to come up. We just don't know. It's only 4 points.
JW is the inheritor of a broadcast network, and he needs to look good when messing with radios, so we're going to use those luck points.
You can use more and get down to your halfway point if you want.
Do it.
How many will it take to? So I'm pushing it up to 79. Is that what I'm doing by adding?
You've got you rolled 79.
I rolled 79. I got to push it down to.
You just want to get 75. Yep.
Okay, so I burn 4 luck points to do that.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of look at it, and it seems like at first you're like, no, nothing is really wrong. There's some there's like a kind of like a capacitor type thing that you haven't really seen. Might be new Phoenix, technology that they're workshopping in radios, and you kind of jostle it a little bit and make sure all the points are connected, and everything just kind of like all the lights flicker. Everything kind of just quiets down, and you just hear this strange kind of like noise coming through as my button didn't work.
You really fucked up the radio.
You really fucked up the radio. Manual it is. As this, we'll cut it. I will add this in post. This really strange sound cuts through. As the music cuts back in and the strange sound fades, the bartender looks over. Hey, that was strange. I mean, you did it. I really appreciate. You know what? Scotch is on the house. How about that?
Thank you, me son. JW puts everything back. He's a little shaken by that. He hops the bar again and sits down to enjoy his scotch, noticing the lack of a pomelo wedge, but he's going to be okay with that.
Yeah, not that fancy. Should be that fancy, not that fancy. GG, what's GG up to as all of this shenanigans is going down over there?
I think GG kind of was like trigger phrase activated when Monty and the detective started talking about Phoenix. I think at that he just tries to very surreptitiously sidle up to the bar and just sort of like place his drink. It's like less than halfway drunk at this point on the bar, as if to imply he needs another one. And then while he's waiting for that, just sort of casually strikes up conversation with the detective. Just sort of, I don't mean to intrude, but were you just speaking of Mr. Waylon Phoenix?
Oh, yeah. The guy, I mean, he owns the train. Kind of hard not to bring up his name in these parts. Sorry, nice to meet you. What's your name? Puts out his hand.
Gordon Gilroy Crothers, a GG to my friends, if you prefer.
All right, GG it is.
GG, like, smiles a little internally at that. That works less often than he would like it to. And sort of says, I take it you don't know Mr. Phoenix personally in that case.
I've had some run-ins with Phoenix, and to be honest, it's kind of a part of my investigation I'm doing right now. I don't know if you heard the news, but it just seems awful convenient that all these bad things happen. You have these weirdos popping up out of every corner. Phoenix rolls in, starting up a new business.
Referring to events on the shore as of late, and as of the past, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, the past couple of years on the shore has been kind of rough, right? And just a lot of shady folk coming through.
Yes, I know it all too well, sir. I'm currently a resident of the shore, heading back there on this train currently.
What do you do out there?
I'm an employee of Chariot and Ferris. I was once very comfortably a middle manager under their employment. Business sort of thinned out in recent years, so I'm currently somewhat running operations on the shore.
Chariot and Ferris.
Yes, the airplane company. They're a bit more exclusive in their clienteles, somewhat like this train aims to be, I assume. I was just coming back from a meeting with my folk in the big city, as it were.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get out to the big city someday. I feel like I've been just living in the shore for too long now. I'm not a permanent resident there, just work keeps me out there, and I occasionally find an excuse to take the train in and out.
So, Mr. Phoenix, I take it, from you being a detective, perhaps you've taken note of his schedule in these past few days? Might be more aware of his whereabouts as of late?
And he kind of leans in. Between you and me, I haven't seen Phoenix in a couple of days on this train. It's only been 4 or 5 days since we left the station. Strange that he's not out more.
I know. The man seems impossible to pin down. I've been trying to catch his arm for days at this point. He seemed practically glued to this Steining car.
Yeah, I don't really know much about. And he takes a sip of whiskey and clinks it down as Monty fills it up for him again. You see, he kind of takes a shaded look around. You seem like you live on the shore, you know a couple of things. Do you know much about the Unbecomers? Does that mean anything to you?
Would it?
If you want, you can make you can do a general, I'd say, intelligence check, or if you prefer, you can do something like occult, anything in that general range.
I'll go with intelligence.
Or an accounting to make sure you didn't do the books for anything like that.
Yeah, GG's most of his life does revolve around his business Sona, so let's go with accounting just for fun. No, that's a big ol' fail.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 90.
Oh, out of what did you need to get?
30.
Oh, God. You can use 60 luck points.
I don't even have that much luck.
Rough, very rough. No, doesn't ring. He kind of sees the kind of like vacant look. It's fine. If you don't know, you don't know.
Afraid I couldn't be of more assistance.
Hey, I gotta ask some questions. You never know who knows anything, especially when all the floozy tight. And he points to the general area where all the first class people are just like drinking champagne and rolling dice and stuff like that. As the camera pans around our mind's eye, what's everyone else up to? Is anyone making any moves here on the Shoreline Express?
Thomas would like to head to the bathroom. He's going to take his 2 beers with him, and is specifically trying to pass by Gigi and the detective to try and eavesdrop a bit as he hears mention of a couple of things.
Yeah, give me a listen check.
Fuck, that's a thing.
It's a very real skill in this game.
Fuck. It's low enough in real life, let alone in the goddamn game.
See, Gigi's great at listening.
That's a 13. I needed a 25.
Holy shit! And we'll call. Wait, what's the hard success there? Is it 12?
Wait, 10. The 10 is a 10.
10
right?
is 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be 12, I think.
I think it would be 12 for a hard success. What does your character sheet say? The second number there next to listen.
12.
Oh, 1. You can spend 1 luck point and get a hard success. That means you pick up basically
You know what?
everything.
I have 70 luck
Amazing.
points, so I'll use
big
1 so that I have
money.
69.
You can make it an extreme success.
Nice. Nice.
No, you've already sold me.
You spend the 1 luck point. You do catch with a success there, a hard success. You do catch this whole conversation between GG and the detective, and you notice JW, who you kind of recognize, Powers being a very well-known name out in the big city, and certainly from the shore. A lot of broadcast things going on there. But as you pass by, you kind of pick up on everything that's going down right there, including the strange issue with the radio that most people are ignoring.
Would that have sounded familiar in any way, shape, or form to me?
I'll give you, we'll do our first kind of advantage roll here. So I'll say if you want to do the same kind of check, it could be intelligence, it could be occult. I don't know if anything else really falls into that realm. I'd say one of those checks. And advantage
Sure,
is...
it wouldn't be chemistry?
No, it wouldn't be chemistry. The way advantage works is you're going to roll your tens die twice and take the better number. So,
okay. So what did you say to do? Occult
or intelligence?
Is intelligence its own thing?
It's one of your main stats.
Oh, okay. So then I have the... Yeah, I'll do intelligence because occult is 5.
Nice. Why don't you roll a 5?
That is a 49, and I rolled a 10s one the second time.
Yep, if you get a better number on it.
89, so it's better than 65 for intelligence.
Yeah. 65 for intelligence, you rolled a 45, you said?
49.
49, okay, so just a normal success. It's rumored that a lot of the deaths that have been occurring lately on the shore are attributed to this group known as the Unbecomers. They kind of popped up after the war, a few years after the war, and it seems the leading theory right now is the Unbecomers. You know, their newsstands are making a fortune off of selling all of their theories about who the Unbecomers are and kind of what's going on with this group.
Okay. Thomas is going to go to the bathroom, and he is going to pour out the full beer that he has and pour out the vast majority of the other one. And he's going to take out his notebook and very quickly write down everything that he overheard and notes about things that he saw in the cabin.
Amazing. While you're doing that, give me a spot hidden check as well.
Stop making me roll so many dice.
Sorry, you're moving, you're doing stuff. Stuff's happening.
Thomas got that final girl energy right now.
Thomas Clark, final girl. I love it.
What does... I got a 30 and a 0. So is that a 30?
That's a 30, yeah.
Okay. And my spot hidden is...
And just so we're all on the same page,
55.
all zeros is 100, because you can't roll 0 on a 1 to 100 check, if that makes sense. Sorry, what did you say?
My spot hidden is 55.
55, and... sorry, what did you roll? So sorry.
A 30.
Okay. You just catch the doorway between... You're in the kitchen car where the bathrooms are located right now. And as you're kind of turning into the bathrooms, the door between the kitchen car and the owner's suite car opens as, you see just like an attendant coming out of that way, but you see someone leave the owner's suite door, which is kind of in its own little hallway, like off to the side. It's like on the side of the wall, basically, right? As someone, you can't really make out what's going on, but someone was moving out of that way, leaving the car itself. Back in the bar, what's everyone up to?
This is going to sound like a cop-out, because I wanted to see if I could roll psychology to see if Thomas was actually as drunk as he was pretending to be. And I wanted to do it before he said he poured the beer out, and I was like, fuck, no, it's going to sound like I'm cheating, but I wanted to do it before, I promise.
Hey, we can do an opposed check if you want to do psychology for sure, but the opposed check I'm trying to think of what the counter for psychology. I mean, it could also be psychology, really. You know?
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Stealth?
Stealth, yeah, I can see stealth making sense too.
Photography, I'd say.
Definitely
Photography's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what about fast talk?
You know what? Yeah, I dig that. I think that's good.
I just succeeded my fast talk roll.
Okay.
So you got a regular success?
No, I mean in real life.
Oh.
Just convincing you to let me use it.
What do we get?
Oh, fuck, that's a fail. 93.
Ooh, I got a 47 and my psychology's a 70, so...
Ooh, you could use a lot of luck points, Thomas.
I could.
I'm saying
But
this
I
to
won't.
Patrick, because Patrick is the one who's like, luck point, luck point, luck point.
I got 69. You're gonna be hard pressed to get me away from that number now.
Hard pressed to get away from his 69. Chatsworth, yeah, I think you pick up that, you know, the slurring is a little too good. You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing I think Chatsworth would be doing would be checking out the investigator to see if he's got a weapon on him somewhere.
I think it's a pretty safe bet that most people probably carry some kind of, especially a detective, right? He probably has some kind of pistol or something on him.
Okay.
It's a very safe bet to make.
Yeah, that's what Chatsworth would have been doing, is just eyeing the two people in the train that he's slightly worried about.
Yeah.
Thomas's 6 anti-tank cannons are very well hidden.
What's Sibyl up to?
I think with all the stuff going on at the bar, Sibyl's going to wait until she can get a chance where she can sidle up to a part of the bar that she has a little space and sort of make eyes at the bartender.
Bartender walks over. Hey,
This train is so nice. I heard, well, I mean, I kind of got lost on it, but you guys have, your whole crew have their own sleeping car, don't they?
yeah, you know, we take it easy back that way.
Do you?
What can I get for you?
Oh, well, I'll have, do you have any champagne?
You know, fresh out, points back to the multiple bottles in first class. He's like, but, you know, I think I can whip you up something refreshing.
Yeah, just something light. Who knows, I might stay up late and get lost again. And above table, Justin, so I'm not making a complete fool of myself, am I reading the train map correctly to say that one of the outer walkways is right by the crew sleeping quarters?
Let's take a look. Boop boop.
It's in a book.
It's in a book. Yeah.
Reading
So
train maps.
to explain myself here, the outer walkways aren't surrounding the train. That just means they're exposed.
Yeah,
to the
they're
elements.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between the sleeper and the lower class seating. Yep.
Okay. Everything I said, I meant.
He slides you a drink on a napkin, and he looks around. He's like, "Oh, you know, I think this actually came from my buddy Frank there. He spotted, or my buddy Hank there. He spotted you a little while ago and said get her a drink, and slides it across the bar to you with the.
That is so kind.
You know, kind people on this train.
All right, I just take it and walk back to where I was sitting.
You take a look at the napkin on the drink, and it says Hotel Horizons Penthouse Suite, and the date and time would be tomorrow night. And you get an exact time on that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Patrick, your
Tomorrow
stats are-
night.
You should have put your stats in something different by the looks of it, Patrick.
I think photography and chemistry will serve me well.
It's getting into evening. People are kind of settling in a little bit and drinks are being had and people are mingling around on the train. And Thomas, you come back from the bathroom. As the door to the sleeper, the door to, let's say, the south door that leads further back on the train, opens up, and you hear someone scream out, screaming bloody murder. Someone's been killed! Someone's been murdered! You see the detective doesn't miss a beat, leaps up, stumbles a little bit, and rushes back towards the open door. You see people are kind of confused and no one's really too sure what to do, and you see the bartender kind of like look around, but he sees the detective going, so he's not entirely worried. But what's everyone doing in this moment?
So is he running back towards where I just came from?
The opposite direction.
Okay, good.
Let's say you went to the north, like the north door of the train.
Gigi jumps up because he is worried the murder relates to the one person he has been waiting this entire trip to see.
Sibyl would also jump up in alarm and ever so naturally find herself in the company of the other rich people being like, oh my gosh, what could have happened?
Chatsworth would also jump up, but you'd see him grab his pack off the floor and his violin case that he also had with him, because he never leaves anything in his where he's sleeping, and go after the detective as a man of action who wants to know what's going on.
Thomas is going to very quickly put his beer bottles down on the nearest surface and is going to start taking pictures of everybody here.
Whoa.
Ooh,
that's very
We are
cool.
in an Agatha Christie novel.
Photography comes in clutch again.
Fuck, that's unexpected, but so fucking good, to be honest with you.
I got 4 lenses.
What's JW doing?
JW is plugging his ears to try to not hear the screaming woman and listen intently to the radio.
Listening intently to the radio, JW, you hear... strange sounds coming.
Can I make anything of it?
Yeah, this would be, that's a great question. I think you could make the same kind of electrical, I think electrical engineering check would make sense to determine if this is like a natural, if some kind of circuit got reversed when you were fiddling with it, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
that
electrical
doesn't
engineering.
what I said in like physics terms makes no
I can tell you what it's not, I guess, is what we're saying.
It's not how electricity works.
Okay, I rolled a 52 to see if this is normal for radios.
And you had like a 75, right?
I have a 75 in electrical engineering, yeah.
If you want to push it to a hard success, I don't think you're that far off a hard success.
No, I succeeded. I gotta get below 75, right?
Yeah, but if you get half of your score, it's a better success.
Well,
you can
I
succeed more.
sold.
You can spend your luck points.
How much am I gonna burn for this?
On your character sheet, you should have next to electrical repair, 75 should be down to, what is that, math, 37-ish?
Down to 30, yeah. That tracks. So, if I'm at 52...
That's
So
the devil
much.
talking.
It's only 15. It's only 15.
It's only 15!
It's only 15. Sorry,
It's
I'm
only
speaking
made
of somebody
of
that is
points.
unlucky, so it's fine.
Well,
If you got the
when,
points.
when do these recharge? At any point ever, or are they just a lifetime?
Between mysteries, basically, between investigations.
Oh,
You're
maybe
fucked,
this isn't
bud.
the best idea.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Well,
Don't you wanna
I'm
know?
I'm sure a lot of things are going to reveal themselves. I'll go for the minor success with this.
I mean, your character only lives once. You know what I mean? Go for it.
You're going for
Just on one shoulder.
just the
let's
normal
do it.
success?
Let's do the normal degree of success.
You can definitely verify that this is not the normal operations of this model of radio. Could have something to do with what you were fiddling with earlier, but you, as far as you know, though, your definitive answer is like this. This isn't accurate.
This is the signal.
Yeah,
The
essentially.
problem's on the signal end. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
the
JW
radio
is
is fine.
right. It's not the machinery. That is the real signal that's coming through. Okay. That probably, I would say, baffles JW. And maybe after thinking about that, he's sort of tuning into everything else that's happening, since he's not making any mental headway with that, and he's probably looking towards where the person screaming came in.
Yeah, you see the detective, you see three other gentlemen take off, and Sibyl, if I'm correct, you stuck with the upper class folk in the bar car. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. You see a few people, 4 people at least, take off out towards the south door of this car.
Okay.
JW, are you following, or are you sticking in the car itself?
What would JW do? I'll follow.
You'll follow? The 5 of you walk through narrow hallways. From the lounge, you pass through first-class dining, where some people are having a late evening meal. Quite a few people are kind of around it. You know, the first-class dining is very nice booths, very nice tables within here, a chandelier hanging inside the car. You head back towards first-class private booths. These are kind of places where the first-class people can just have a booth to themselves, have a private dinner, have a private conversation, whatever have you. You see the investigator takes his hat and lays it on his chest as he's looking into one of the private booths. Gigi, you come up behind him and you recognize someone in this room. Thomas and Chatsworth, are you coming up to kind of get near to see the door as well? And JW,
Yes.
I should say.
Yep. Camera up and ready.
JW, are you getting up in the mix as well? Retsyn?
Sorry about that.
I was like, JW, character name, Retsyn.
Yeah, you know what? He's going to be where the action is for now.
All right. Looking in, you see that the room looks like it was set for a private dinner. Someone is laying on the table, their chest split wide open. Looks like most of the innards are gone. One of their arms is completely severed, missing. Blood is kind of all over the place. The table looks like it had been set for sure, without a doubt. Chatsworth, I want you to give me a spot hidden roll. And if anyone else has anything they want to do, please.
I want to take a picture.
Yes. Give me a photography check, actually. Just for the sake of it.
I got a 54 out of 70.
54 out of 70. Hell yeah.
51 out of 65.
Do you want to make that a hard success, Chatsworth?
Wait, it would cost me more than 2/3 of my luck, so no.
Right. You kind of like go up on your tippy toes a little bit. You see strange kind of lines cut into the face of this individual. And what did you get, Thomas?
51 out of 65.
Yeah, you capture it.
I get a picture.
Yep. As expected, it works. Camera goes off. The detective just kind of, God damn it, what in the sweet, ever-loving Christ is going on? Puts his hat back on his head. Sorry, folks. He kind of looks up and down the hallway. He's like, I'm the only authority figure coming. Great. Did anyone see anyone leave this area? Does anyone have any, see anything suspicious going on? And he's kind of like into the room now and like looking over the body.
Can we... Chatsworth goes in with him a little bit. Hey, detective, can you tell, is the body still warm? Is the blood still sticky, hot? We need a little bit of a time frame. You know,
he like dips his pinky, touches a bit of it. He's like, yeah, it seems like he's still warm.
Okay, so that means that, you know, I guess we didn't see anybody come running past us as we were coming this way, so that means that whoever did this must be further down the train.
Could be. Yeah, it's good. It's a good assumption. Sorry, Rooney, you were saying something earlier.
Yeah, just... Mr. Detective, is that who I think it is?
Well, I mean...
Do you recognize?
I don't know who this person is, sorry. Do they mean...
But Gigi does?
Gigi, you were expecting to have a bit of a business meeting on board this train with a Chariot and Ferris employee, someone who is making some deals with the Phoenix Corporation, and this matches their description to a T. This is the individual that you were expecting to have these conversations with.
This is one of my company's cohorts, an employee of Chariot and Ferris.
What was his name?
His name was Elvin Driscoll.
His name was Elvin Driscoll. Can Gigi do some kind of look around to see if there's any sort of, like, briefcase or any sort of business attaché he was carrying?
Yeah, give me, let's do a spot hidden as well. While that roll is happening, what's everyone else doing?
Hey, Thomas, have you ever seen lines on somebody's face like this before?
Hold on, Chad, I'm taking notes.
You and that goddamn book of yours, you still carrying that around?
You know it.
Okay.
You know what? As you guys
fades
are
into the background here.
As you guys are both having this discussion, we kind of are transported a little over 10 years into the past. A couple of platoons were reported missing. The bodies that they found of these soldiers were kind of laid around their campsites, parts missing, torn open, strange lines cut through them in odd directions. No one really officially put forward this report, but no one's kind of seen it since, and there's no reports coming out of Null Shore to say what any of those disappearances are like, but it strikes a very loud chord with some of the horrors that were seen in the war. No one was ever really able to figure out exactly what happened. It didn't seem like anyone came or went, just these people were kind of emptied out.
Getting a bad feeling about this.
It's all a little too familiar.
A little bit.
JW is going to ask the detective, pardon me, dear, but do you have an estimate about how many minutes ago do you think this lad died?
Let's see here. Kind of cracks his neck and like slaps his face a bit to try to sober up. Well,
Could I do a first aid check on that, Justin?
Yeah, let's do first aid or medicine. That's fun. Yeah, I dig that.
Oh, yeah.
I think this would be medicine.
Oh,
Yeah, I
let
think
me
it
do
would be.
first aid. Damn it.
I think it would be medicine. Also, to be honest, I was
Come
thinking.
on.
I was
That's why I asked
thinking
if it could be first aid.
Maybe you could stabilize him. You can
Alright,
save
well-
him.
Use all the luck points and bring him right back to life.
Reaching into the cavity. Ugh.
So my medicine's a 1.
That's
I
what
have. That's what I have. I know. I knew Patrick was gonna fuck me on that because my first aid is so much better. Then never mind. I failed.
What did you get anyway?
I rolled a 22.
Oh, what was your first aid?
40.
If you spend the points to make it a hard
I'll spend
success,
2 luck points to make it a hard success.
All right. A hard success for first aid couldn't have been more than 20 minutes.
JW, my best guess would be about 20 minutes.
Does JW does that line up with the weirdness on the radio?
Could line up with the weirdness on the radio.
JW at this point doesn't really think anyone would be compelled by that revelation, so he keeps it to himself.
The investigator looks around. Actually, as the investigator is kind of taking in the scene, we go back to the lounge car and Sibyl. Sibyl, what are you doing in this moment as people are kind of going back to what they were
Sibyl
doing?
is loudly saying how desperate she is to know what's going on down there and how nice it would be if someone went to take a look and came back to tell her. So she's trying to get one of the rich boys to go find out what's going on and come back and report.
Yeah, you see a fellow, Philip Benton, kind of like this younger, well-to-do, inheriting some fortune from the big city, going out to Null Shore to see about purchasing some kind of, mass amount of land. Now that Phoenix is heading to the coast, he thinks there's going to be a lot of business heading in that direction, so he's trying to get ahead of it. Well, I'd be more than I can go. Do you want to go with me? You want me to go?
Would you? I don't think that it's an appropriate place for a lady to go, but I am just so desperate to know what's going on down there. It sounds horrible.
I'll clears his throat and stands up a little bit straight. I'll go take a look.
Thank you so much. It would ease my nerves so.
Give me a spot hidden roll as well while you're kind of looking at all of these well-to-dos.
Oh shit! All right,
Is that good or bad?
that's good. What did I get? Oh man, are you fucking kidding me?
You got luck.
No, it's not worth it.
Not
I
worth
fail.
it.
No.
You can always push the roll.
No. Not right now. Not for this.
You see Philip Benton. I need to remember that. Philip Benton straightens up and pushes past some people that are kind of gathered around and heads out towards the door to the south of this car. And in the time that people are kind of investigating and stuff like that, comes back a few minutes later, just like everyone in the car just sees like this kind of looks like a very handsome gentleman. Like his hair is like combed back and he's got a well-made suit, but he looks a little bit flush and you see he's like shaking a little bit the closer he gets to the open train door, the open private booth door. And kind of just like starts to take a look, and you see spots some blood on the floor, and just like falls up against the wall, and just wipes some sweat, and just like runs back out. You see the door open again to the lounge car, and you see him kind of pick up a drink from someone and chug it as he walks back. There's been a death. Everything seems like it's handled right now. Blood was everywhere. Just
Oh, how awful!
Massacre.
You should sit down, dear boy. Have a drink.
I'm fine. Sits down. Putting on a brave show. What's Sibyl doing?
she'll pretend to go get him a drink and sort of like try and drift into the crowd and get close to the door. She doesn't think that, she thinks it would be way too noticeable if she straight up went to go look at the murder scene, but she's going to linger near the door to see what she can gather.
Yeah.
Like the door to the next, because there's a car between this car and the...
Yes.
And no one's coming and going?
Not from the south door, which leads to that dining area. But you do see there was an individual or two heading towards the north door, and you haven't really seen them since.
There's... Sorry. Oh, no. Okay, I did it.
North is the front of the train, let's say. Towards
No,
the
yeah. I just wanted to know whether it would be suspicious to go into the empty car in between. But she's going to walk into the empty dining car and walk like more than halfway through it and sit down at a table and just hold her head down and look like she has like a horrible headache or something and is just in the empty car. Again, straining to hear anything that's coming from the car where the murder happened.
You can do a listen check for sure, but the dining car is not empty, so I'll say you'll need a hard success in order to hear anything that's going on from that.
Well, if it's not empty, then she'll sit even closer.
Okay. Yeah, there are a few individuals kind of eating.
That's more like it. That's a... Oh, that's 11 away from a hard success.
You can stand your luck.
No, not yet. Not for something I'm probably going to find out anyway.
That's true. Gaming in the game. Back in the car, the first class private booths car, you see Detective Lawrence, all right, sees the young lad come and leaves again. What the... all right, we're... if anyone wants to come with me... sorry, what was your name? You said someone headed... No one went this way, so we should look at the back of the train. Was this young fella there with the nice hat?
I look at Thomas as if, like, which one of our hats is nicer?
You.
He's talking about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do we see the person who screamed about it? Did we encounter them on our way down?
I wasn't looking. I didn't see who it was. I'm gonna start sweeping the back of the train. Anyone wants to come with me? Maybe it might be a good idea to... Some people head up to try to get a hold of the conductor or get a hold of Phoenix.
I'm gonna say which one of us looks like we can get a hold of the conductor or Phoenix. Any of us look official, like yourself?
JW might be able to use clout to do that. I'm just trying to think of how.
I literally
as a
just had
player
to check
has
if
to
there was
think
a
how,
cloud
don't
check.
Yeah.
I mean, he
is there a
has rich
clout
guy
check?
vibes. He can just ask for what he wants.
There's a credit rating check if you... That's clout.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
The detective also looks at GG. If you knew this person here, I mean, if you had those kind of connections, Phoenix might be interested in hearing, business type.
If Mr. Phoenix would be interested, certainly I'll bring this information to him right away.
All right, you two head off. You go try to get a hold of that Phoenix, and I guess the three of us will head sweep the car. Are you coming, photographer, or do you have more than a camera? Does anyone have anything more than a camera?
How much trouble are we gonna get in?
I don't know.
Then no, I don't have more than a camera on me. Well, I don't even have a camera on me, so no. What I'm saying is no, I have nothing.
All right,
I got a camera.
let's go. You all head towards the back of the train as JW and GG head towards the front of the train there. Let me get my notes. Sorry, give me. Like any good game, I'm jumping around.
We split the party, guys. We're
Yeah, I was
doing
gonna
great.
say, like any good game players, we split the party exactly
good
where
game.
we wanted to.
Immediately. Plot hook what? I'll be in the bar car.
There's plot hooks everywhere. That's my secret. A lot of the train, you see some people, the group heading, let's say, towards the back of the train. You do see some people sitting in like the general dining, kind of like a lower, like kind of like diner style seats and stuff like that, right? And they're just don't seem too flustered. They might not have caught word that anything happened, and you guys kind of like push through, and detective looks around. Has anyone seen a strange figure pass through? And you see some of the people just kind of give a nod, and he's like, all right, and he push on through to the next car. After that, it's kind of like the general seating area, and push on through to like the lower class seating where people just kind of get on the train and they stay there until they're getting off the train. He opens the door to the outside, and you hear as he gets towards the crew sleepers. He's like, all right, I haven't been back this way. Don't really see many crew members around. I think there's a storage up ahead. Pushes through. There's a locked storage door here. I don't know if anyone is able hand to open this door or not.
No.
All right, the
I don't even
hard
know what
way
kind
it
of
is.
Check that would be.
He boots the door, and it flies open. All right, and he like looks at it. You see this kind of large pine box nailed shut in this very dimly lit storage room, and the detective kind of is looking around. Hello? Doesn't really...
I'm going to take a picture with the flash on.
Yeah, lights up the room. You see small boxes around the walls. The Phoenix and Sons logo is stamped, or painted, I should say, onto this pine box. The three of you are kind of taking this in. GG and JW pass through the first class dining. As Sibyl, you're kind of keeping an eye out, and you see these two individuals leave that area heading somewhere.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah. JW and GG go on through towards past the lounge, past the kitchen area, and towards the owner's suite. You see the door there is kind of open slightly, which seems a little bit strange.
GG kind of defers to JW or even Sibyl now, if she's tagging along, to make the first move.
She's walking a bit behind, like she just happens to be walking in the same direction you guys are walking in.
You hear a bang from the north, but the owner's suite door, it's hard to tell which kind of direction that might have came from at this moment. But the three of you are mostly in this one hallway, two of you outside of the owner's suite.
JW shouts, "Hello!"
Silence.
Sibyl checks the bathrooms. They're in this car, right?
They're in the car previous.
Oh, we're in the owner's suite?
The owner's suite has like this corridor that kind of goes around the actual suite itself.
Oh,
and
dope.
against
Okay.
the wall is a door that leads into the owner's suite area.
Got it.
JW
GG sort of very tepidly knocks and calls out, "Mr. Phoenix? Are you in, Mr. Phoenix?"
You don't hear anything.
JW
Well, it'd be
reaches into
rude
his
to
jacket.
intrude.
Yeah? What's JW doing?
It's embarrassing, but he's pulling out a pair of nunchucks and sort of unfurling them.
Amazing.
Wait. Sibyl's
Yeah,
voice
you
has...
heard me correctly.
No, this is Sibyl. Sibyl's voice has dropped like a full octave into private. you want to get into that room?
Well, we'd like to see what happened to Mr. Phoenix, if he's indeed in there.
Well, why don't I go get the bartender and see if there's another set of keys?
Have we also checked to see if it's locked?
Sorry, I'm forgetting. A while back, Gigi, you made a roll in that...
Yeah, he failed.
He failed. How much did you fail by?
24.
Do you want to use luck?
That's over half his luck.
Okay. It's up to you.
So no. Yeah, I think I'll not spend it on that one.
Okay. Sibyl is heading back to the lounge.
Yeah.
You see Monty look at you, I don't have a key for that. You can go ask someone in the engineering. That's just the car past the owner's suite.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sibyl just heads back.
Gigi also reaches out and gives the door to Mr. Phoenix's suite just the slightest of jingles, not enough to open it, just to see if it actually is locked.
It's not locked.
Mr. Powers, do you see this as a matter of enough urgency to intrude on someone's private sanctuary?
Well, I believe this man might have ran in the same circles as my father. I should be able to smooth it over if he's upset.
Yes, that would be most wonderful of you. And then just sort of bows for JW to actually open the door.
JW is really hoping that Gigi would open the door, but seeing that it's not going to happen, he wads up his chucks in one hand and kind of puts them out of view, but keeps a tight grip on them, and slowly opens the door and peers inside.
Inside is just a small little hallway. You see a window at the end, and you see trees kind of whipping by at the soft glow from the windows. Two other doors in this little booth. You kind of like peer. They have like little porthole type things. You can like look through and see. The one on the south side is the looks like a study. You see a desk and some bookshelves and stuff like that. And then the one to the right looks like the main suite itself. Seems like there's like another door inside there, but a lounge, a little bar, a little fireplace. Like it's a really well done, obviously for the owner. The best of the best on this train. But those are the two kind of options you see there.
Can I listen for sounds first?
Yeah. Let's do that. Sibyl, how about you give me another spot hidden as you're kind of in that hallway, as the two others near you are poking about.
Oh dear Lord. I failed again.
What'd you get?
I got an 83.
Woof. What is your spot hidden?
70.
13 luck points.
No.
Yeah, let's do a listen check, JW. What's Gigi doing in this? Gigi's found a cat.
Yes.
This is my pocket cat.
This is my Polly Pocket. I think Gigi is like very obviously calling out, Mr. Phoenix, my name is Gordon Gilroy Crothers, or Gigi to my friends, as I hope we may soon be. I hope you understand we are intruding on your sanctuary under the most solemn of circumstances, as we require your wise and benevolent aid in a dire situation.
JW looks at Gigi in a very particular way. And then goes back to just trying to listen carefully before proceeding any further into the suite.
Yeah, let's do a listen check.
All right, my listen is 70 for JW.
Oh,
there's a cat here blocking my roll.
So many kittens.
78.
that succeeds, yeah? You said 8. No, wait, well, you said 70, was it?
Yeah, so I did not succeed, but you know what? 8 luck points.
Let's go.
Let's burn them.
Let's go, luck points. Let's go.
Let's go, luck points. You only
the
luck
8.
once.
You don't hear anyone, JW. You notice, I'll say this, as you were looking through, it's very easy to see no one is in either of these rooms. There is a door in the owner's suite. There could be someone in there. There's a room divider in the back of the owner's suite. Could be something back there. But at a quick glance, you don't see anything.
A quick ear glance.
A quick ear glance. What I was getting to, Retsyn, was the train seems to be speeding up. As we get back to the other end of the train, near the locked storage, the three of you are kind of taking in this pine box. Is there anything particular you're doing in the storage itself?
I just want to, like you said, there was a lot of Phoenix and Suns logos on things.
Yep.
I just want to have a quick look around and see if there's any other logos.
Let's do a spot hidden. I think it's a popular role for a reason. A lot of spot hidden happening.
Yeah, if I had my time back, I would have put a lot more into that.
Let's do chemistry.
Ooh, 50. That's a succeed for me.
Hey, most of these logos are Phoenix and Suns. You do see one bag, it looks like, or maybe a few of them looks like had a different logo, been kind of scratched away and replaced with a Phoenix logo.
Can I tell what the logos underneath were?
They're like, these are like wooden boxes. They've been like, you can see that they've been chipped away and then like repainted over, like kind of hastily, it seems.
I'll just take a couple of pictures.
Yeah, definitely. What's Chad's? Oh, sorry.
Is there any like, is it all just boxes or is there like other stuff here?
There's the massive pine box that takes up most of the storage. It's 9 feet long and about 4 feet wide, let's say. I'll come back to that in a second. Chatsworth, what are you doing?
I think as we were going along, Chatsworth would just be looking for like some type of larger caliber weapon that would blow somebody's chest open or like leave those lines on somebody's face.
Interesting. Yeah. There is no like, oddly enough, there just isn't an investigation check. So it's going to be like a spot hidden.
No way. I mean, it's not battle boats?
It's not battle boats.
Oh, that's an 8 out of 70. So that's a hard success.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Wow. I needed 14 and I got an 8.
Here is kind of, you move a case and you see a bloody like dagger, kind of jagged, looks like it might even fucking cut you to pick it up. And as you're spotting this, both you and Thomas at the same, because Thomas got a success. Thomas, you look at the end of this wooden box and it looks like there's like a foot at the very, very far end of it sticking out. As Chatsworth, you kind of look around and you spot the same thing. The investigator's like, what's going on? And you hear as the door to the locked storage closes behind you. You see and hear these figures kind of picking themselves up from where they're staying, where they're laying behind the pine box itself. It's hard to make out, but the light is pouring in through the small window on this door. It seems like their clothes are tattered. It looks like they might have been train employee at some point. But in the light, you see half of the face of one of these individuals completely torn off as they're slowly lurching towards you as the train seems to be speeding up. And we're going to take a little 5-minute break here, everyone. Things are getting
very quickly.
Yes.
Thomas would like to yell out, "He's got a face off!" And take a picture.
Take a picture. We will be right back. BRB. Spooky times. That's fun. Fun stuff happening.
This is really fun.
Nut. We return to Null Shore, 1932. On board the train, Chatsworth, Thomas, and the investigator, detective. I was about to say his name, but no one got his name. The detective locked...
Oh, you mean Lawrence?
Yeah, you said it earlier.
Did I say Lawrence? Fuck!
Yeah.
Detective Lawrence. Locked... I'm an idiot. Locked in... or at least barred into, it seems, the storage room, where a large pine case and some very shambly looking figures are lurching slowly towards them. Meanwhile, GG, J.W. Powers, and Sibyl were looking into the owner's suite when J.W. Powers noticed that the train is increasing in speed, it seems. Something is speeding up. As we get back into it, there is no initiative or anything in this game, and I'm going to say let's start with the north end of the train first. JWGG and Sibyl. As JW realizes that the train is speeding up, you're still in this corridor with the owner's suite, with the bookshelves and the desk and whatnot to the left, little private office area, and the main suite to the right. What are the three of you up to? If Sibyl is even in that mix, I should say.
I think Sibyl would have sort of like stayed in between the corridor, and she wouldn't have gone fully in, because she was actually, the bartender had told her that there was more people at the front of the train, right? Like the conductor?
In the engineering, yep.
Yeah.
Or in the engine car, I should say.
I think she was probably looking that way when the door got open, because she was thinking she was going to have to go there to try and get keys for the owner's suite. So she would have been, I guess, like closer to those doors.
You do see those doors you hear like as there's a small opening in those doors.
What's up with that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Spot hidden.
Yeah, I split the party once again. I don't need to go into this owner's cabin because he might be in there for all I know. So Sibyl's gonna keep wandering up the train.
Sibyl, you wander up. It seems like the doors that are separating the owner's suite and the engine room, I'm just going to check my own map to make sure that I'm right. I am. No, I'm wrong. Are open slightly, but as you peer through it, man, Anyway, I think I messed up my own. It doesn't matter. We're going to go with what's written there on the actual thing that I made. But anyway.
Oh, this crew storage?
No, yeah. I think crew storage is supposed to be just like a owner's suite storage or something else. But let's say it's crew storage. It doesn't matter. It's not the point. You see the crack in the door slightly. All these doors have windows to the outside, like the outer doors. And you see through to the crew storage. The door on the opposite end of the crew storage is also open. That one is kind of fully open.
Let's have a look.
You walk on through, and the heat is bellowing out from the engineering car. As you climb the stairs, you see what looks like two figures laying on the floor, completely gutted. This time, not emptied out, not that you've seen the individual, but you see their innards. Some of them are splayed across the floor. You see a hasty couple of slashes across the body, and what looks like the controls for the train completely wrecked.
Full sprint back to the bar car to the bartender.
You absolutely sprint. GG and JW, what are you two doing inside of this little hallway?
Oh, I'm looking for excuses to not go into the... You said there was like sleeping quarters within this, right?
Yeah, there's like a proper suite, yeah.
Right, and we haven't looked in there yet. We're going to not do that yet.
GG is looking for an excuse to go into those quarters.
Yeah, you split again. GG walks into the quarters as JW, you take a look at the desk area. There's a couple of bookshelves in here, like I mentioned. Give me 1 second to navigate here. There's a desk there. There's an array of papers just kind of scattered all across the desk. There's a couple of drawers built into the desk, obviously, as well. You see a little radio stationed. A little personal ham radio, two-way communication on this. Likes radios. There's like a bin for garbage and a bunch of like crumpled up paper and stuff like that, and of course, like I said, bookshelves and the like. GG, you walk through to the owner's suite. Very nice. Quiet, just the sound of the train itself kind of speeding up ever so barely. Fireplace is out. The bar looks neat and clean, like no one was having any drinks or anything like that, and everything seems to be in check for the suite, taking a quick glance over.
And still no sign of Mr. Phoenix himself?
You don't hear anyone, no one's calling out, nothing of the sort.
And no recently put out fire, no like stains of like of like the water on the outside of a glass on the coffee table or anything. It seems like he hasn't been here for a while.
That's the vibe. It doesn't seem like anyone has been here for a little while.
All right. In that case, GG, despite the urgency of other matters, he will take just like a quick look around, see if there is any, notable business documents he can quickly snoop through.
Let's do a spot hidden. JW, what are you doing in the office area?
Well, I was going to start uncrumpling papers and reading them, but I'm going to look at the little radio.
Yeah, it seems like it's exactly what's written on the tin. It's a two-way radio you're well familiar with. It seems like, and I'll give you this one, the frequency that it looks like it's dialed into, you're familiar, would be something from Null Shore.
Right. So, do I recognize it's from Null Shore as a range, or do I know particularly what this frequency is?
Let's do an electrical check as well. Your bread and butter.
Right. Okay. So we're going below 75.
Very easy to do.
Hold on. Am I reading this right? Yes. 17. Yes.
Extreme success, I think.
Extreme
right?
success for once. Yeah.
This exact frequency range is pinpointed towards the mines that are out near. There's kind of a large estate known as the Bethel Estate that's near a small mining town at the bottom of the mines, and it's coming from that exact area. GG, what did you get on your check?
He rolled a 27. His spot hidden is 25. So I'm actually going to use 22 luck points to get a hard success
Oh.
because he really wants to know what can get him an in with Phoenix.
Hell yeah. With that roll, you do indeed find some documents on like a little coffee table. They're underneath like this, just like this general like kind of book about the big city and business operations and boring stuff like that. Something you've probably read, actually. You're like, oh, I have this. I have a copy of this, first edition. You see a letter that says, to Mr. Wayland Phoenix from Chariot and Ferris Airlines, and it's got the official header. Mr. Phoenix will agree to the terms you provided us in our previous correspondence. Our airlines are at your service, but the deal stands. We get the slate once you've brought it back to the shore. If you break our deal, there will be no way we can sway the other 4. You'll just push our hand for the final time. This isn't a threat, just the reality of our deal. Have a safe flight, Mr. Phoenix. And then a note underneath that from Phoenix himself. Seems like it wasn't finished, obviously not sent. Once again, had to remind Chariot where they stand. They tried to go behind my back before, and look where it got them. Told them that in order to stay afloat, they'd have to cater to Phoenix and Sons for the time being. Looks like I'm going to be sending my belongings on the train and catch a little flight to the shore sooner than expected. As long as I hold the artifact, they'll have no choice but to follow. Hells. Hells if even I know what it does. But if they want it that badly, it must do something powerful. As Sibyl runs into the lounge, oh, you know what? Hold on. Sorry. There's one other thing that I had to scroll up for. Underneath that document, because of your hard success, you see 2 other older looking documents. Looks like kind of strange scribblings that aren't exactly... They're definitely not English. They're written in some strange language of some regard. GG.
All right.
It's French.
GG. Yes, I have very low scores in other languages. Yeah, GG reads all of this very quickly, maybe comprehends the content of 75% of it at most, and then just feeling a bit panicked but also less concerned that he will be immediately found out here. He takes all the necessary papers and just like neatly folds them and tucks them into the jacket of a suit.
2 of the older ones don't seem to fold the way you'd expect. It seems like there's an odd resistance to them, and they instead just roll up like little scrolls. You feel heavy in your pocket. You feel like you could eat, maybe. A little bit hungry. Back at the bar, Sibyl, you run on through, and you see Monty just kind of cleaning up. A lot of people have moved out of the lounge, moving on to their sleeper cars or possibly private booths and stuff like that.
Straight to Monty, like staring him right in the eyes as I'm running up to him as soon as he looks at me. Engineers are dead in the engine room. Tell me there's an emergency brake. Tell me we can stop this train.
The engineers are dead.
Yeah, get over that part. Get to the part where the train's speeding up.
You've got to either there's a break in the engineering, there's a break in the back, the caboose. There's individual breaks along all of the cars themselves, but those you need to flick a lot.
You go to the caboose. I'll go back to the engine room.
Main break up there. I'll run back. Cutting back into the room, at the end of the train, the locked storage. The door slams as these figures are lurching towards you. The investigator had his gun drawn. He is going to shoot. Did anyone else have their weapon out and ready?
No, just my camera. I took a picture.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a photography check. Let's see how good that picture is.
Ooh, just got it. 64.
Whoa, hell yeah. The investigator fucking gets a hard success on this shot and shoots one of the ones kind of like that wasn't really moving too much near the back. Completely, they just drop to the floor. He's just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Chatsworth, what are you doing in this moment?
In the moment that he saw the face-off dude, Chatsworth is pulling out his 30-06 bolt-action rifle out of the violin case.
Hell yeah.
And grabbing his ammunition pack and slapping it on his belt and getting ready to shoot at some other ones.
Let's go. If you want to make a shot on your turn, I'll say you can do that. If you already had the gun out, you could have made a shot before anything really happened, but you just so happened to be going next anyway.
Oh, amazing. Then I would shoot it probably the one that is the most, if they were laying down, the one that's the most upright or standing. Basically the one that's the most dangerous to us at the moment.
You see this one figure who looks like an employee that was a part of this train. Their clothes are torn up. They've got slash marks all over their body. Half their face is missing, and they're slowly lurching towards you. There's a second one behind them, and then a third one on the floor that the investigator just put down.
Okay. So I would go with that first one that's directly in front of us.
All right, let's do your firearms check.
Here we go.
For your weapon.
Ooh. That's just a light success. I got a 56 out of 65.
Hell yeah. That they can't. Normally, if this was a figure that was dexterous in some regard, they could make a dodge roll. They're not going to make a dodge roll. Roll your damage, of course, and tell me what Chatsworth does as he shoots.
It's 11 damage.
Holy shit.
So, knowing how destructive he feels this rifle is, he's just standing his ground and immediately pulling the bolt back and putting the next round in to fire again.
Hell yeah. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask you, where are you shooting this individual?
Oh.
Do you think you're just firing from the hip?
No. I think Chatsworth would be aiming sternum, high chest.
All right. And I'll say, let's say if you're making this aim shot, you're not going to be able to move.
Yeah.
If that's all right with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Chatsworth would have basically planted his feet and almost trench, okay, get set, and then shoot.
You blow the shoulder off of this figure, and it doesn't stop them for a second.
Oh boy, this is Tommy, he's gonna be a real wet blanket about this.
One of them, that same one, gets up close to you. They make a fighting check. They needed to get a 30. They got a 76. You see they go to bite you, but they just miss the mark. The second one is going to lurch up past you towards Thomas. Again, same deal. They needed a 30. They got an 84. Wow. This one doesn't quite make it to you as it kind of trips a little bit and looks like it's still trying to claw at you, Thomas. The investigator turns around. I think we need to get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
Back to the top, Thomas, you would have been first with your photography last go.
Yeah, I'm just going to let the camera hang off my neck, and I want to get up on top of the big box and take my handgun out from its hiding spot, wherever that might be. I don't have a violin case. It's in my camera bag. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Are you making a shot as well?
Yeah, if I can. I'll
Yep.
take a shot at the. No, I'm not going to take a shot at the one next to Chad. I'll take a shot at the one that was coming after me.
Yeah, let's go for it. Make your firearms check, and we'll see where we land.
That is a 93.
Holy
So that's a success. No, I'm joking. I needed a 35.
That's very fucking
You
close.
use 70 luck points.
That's so close to a fumble, and that probably would have shot Chad.
Oh my god. Actually, that would be fitting. Patrick's character killing mine, yeah.
It's true, yeah.
That's why we bring nunchucks.
Chatsworth, a box explodes next to your head as Thomas makes the shot. The investigator, not going first in initiative this time as things have settled down, manages to open the door behind you, and he runs out, but looks like he's getting ready if something comes through the door that isn't you guys, basically. But what's Chatsworth doing?
Doors and corners, kid.
Doors and corners.
Okay, so just because it's a new system, is there like attacks of opportunity? How does this work?
There's no real attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
You basically describe your intent, and we go from there. Yeah.
Well, basically, Chadsworth is going to say to Thomas, because he's a terrible shot. What do the words I want to say? Hold on, I wrote it down because I want to say it right. Yeah. Would you stop taking the wooden nickels off the ground? And then he's going to duck around the one that's closest to him and head towards the door with the investigator.
Yeah, you manage to get out, and you see a door at the other end towards the caboose open, and it just stays open. The wind is pouring in through this door.
Okay. And then would I still be able to take a shot with my rifle?
Yeah, let's say you'll take a shot. This won't be an aimed shot as you were moving, but I will. Go ahead and make your roll. Just give me 1 second here.
Sure.
I'll also get you to roll a d20 after that.
Oh, baby. That's a 7.
Holy
That's a hard success. And you
know
want
what?
the d20 roll?
Yeah, I was going to make you roll a d20, but I'm going to say with a hard success, you shoot off your rifle, completely take the head off of one of them that's coming out. The second one is lurching out through the door, but you definitely took down one. The roll I was going to get you to do was a hit location roll, which would have been to see where you hit them, but because you got a hard success, it just happened.
Okay, yeah, so that'd be my turn. Tommy, let's go. Gotta get out of there.
All right, dry up. I ain't hitting on all sixes here.
Lurching from towards that open door, you see a couple more individuals walking through. They look a little bit more well-dressed, but you see claw marks down their face and pieces torn off of their torsos. Blood is pouring down their chest, but there are a few of them coming up the locked storage car hallway towards the three of you, I should say. The second figure, the only remaining alive one from the locked storage, is going to come out. I want both of you to give me a luck check. And if both of you succeed your luck check, we'll go from there.
So the same as the other ones, we got to get underneath our score?
Underneath your luck, yeah.
Oh, wait, underneath the luck, including the ones that I've spent?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see your nefarious plans.
Or you can use luck if you don't roll. Wait.
I got an 83, so no.
61.
Ooh. It goes for Chadsworth. If you both succeeded, it would have gone for the investigator. He got a 19. That is...
Oh, no.
Do you know what we forgot to do? And we'll do it in a second.
Rest in peace. I can dodge, right?
We forgot to roll
You know
backup
what?
characters.
Sorry. Yes, this is the first attack that hits. You can dodge.
I would like to try if possible.
You can definitely try, without a doubt. You can also fight back by making a brawl score, but you're trying with a brawl score. With both of these, you're trying to get under what they rolled, right?
Oh, okay.
You're trying to meet their level of success, I should say. So
It's
whatever
just
your whatever your dodge score is, that'll be a regular success. They've just got a regular success.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Dodge,
do dodge.
duck, dip, dive, and
Dive.
dodge.
Oh,
Dodge.
fuck yeah. I got a 16, which is out of 62, so I got it more than half.
You feel like their teeth are just about to dig into your shoulder as you push them off. That would have been bad. I also didn't do this, but I need everyone except not GG, not JW, but the other three to make a sanity check. So you're going to roll under your sanity. Actually, sorry. JW and GG as well. Sorry. And I'll explain why in a second. Under your sanity score.
62
Out of 80.
Nice.
21 out of 50. I'm
Whoa.
rolling very well.
Great.
Is that a hard success?
Oh,
It might be.
Technically.
24 out of 65.
Whoa.
Nice.
I rolled a 5.
0.
You rolled a 5. Wait, all zeros?
All zeros.
Oh.
Which means 100.
Which means 100.
Oh.
You take 8 points of sanity loss, JW. That puts you over 5 points of sanity. I'm going to roll on a table right now. Just give me 1 second to find it.
You find an additional set of nunchucks.
Amherst dice, ladies and gentlemen.
Rolling high for once.
That's why I'm happy I'm using them. They're rolling low.
I'm going to say, I can't find it in a quick look at my tables. I'm going to say what happens is, JW, in this moment, you feel this, like, sense of it's hitting you that everything is kind of going off right now, and you're remembering seeing that corpse laying on the table with all of its innards scooped out, and you kind of get this sense of panic, and you just run. Absolute fucking beeline towards the back of the car, away from the engine. You're just fucking running. Everyone else succeeded, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
God fucking damn it, JW.
Chatsworth and Thomas, you both take 1 because 1 was the minimum for seeing the zombies. Zombies? For seeing the alive people. The break room at the front of the engine, the engine car, all the controls are wrecked, but Sibyl, you could risk going out and manually locking in the brakes. That's up to you. It's usually the
first things
job
first,
of the brake man to go out and manually pull the brakes in case of an emergency.
First things first, as I ran through the car with what I thought was JW and GG in it, I would be slapping the side of the owner's suite as I walked by and yelling for them to come out and follow me.
JJ runs past you in the opposite direction. JW, I should say, if that's not what I said.
Incredibly disappointing. That's not what we wanted you to be doing. Okay. Let me at least have a look at what's outside, I guess.
GG would also come at your call and just be sort of rambling about, Miss, we may want to take control of this train as soon as possible. I feel we are in a very dire situation based on recent information, and so we may want to address that situation post-haste.
I hear ya.
Gigi, do you have any occult or skills at all, or anything like that?
I have an ability to summon cats.
Don't most of you, I
Let's
think.
see. No, he's got a 10 in occult. That's about it.
Give me a check anyway.
If my cat will allow me to roll. No, that's 61.
61. With a 61, you know for sure all of the bad things that are happening right now. You know at least one of those scrolls could help solve all the issues, for sure.
He takes both of the scrolls and shoves them into Sibyl's hands. But, I am not of a management level equipped to deal with this. I feel you may be more proficient than myself.
Okay. Sibyl snaps into manager mode then if this guy's throwing in the towel. Delegating. Okay, you've handed her a bunch of mysterious shit.
Yes.
All right, I'll look at these. You go look. How can we look at the outside? How can we stop this train?
The bartender, Monty, told you that unless you go out and manually engage the brakes, which is a pretty dangerous thing to do, it's going to take that's like a hard success level of check.
Okay.
With like some kind of mechanical repair or engineering type thing. The other way is...
JW knows those things.
The other thing is to take the time and go through and engage as many of these brakes in each car as possible, which takes time, and you need quite a few of them. It's an easier check for sure, but it's a time sensitive situation, you feel.
Okay.
And as you two are actually kind of in this area, the train curves around the tracks, and you see an overview of Null Shore, the lights of the city.
Gigi just thinks of his cat Benny waiting at home for him and weeps a little, and then goes to run down this train and engage all the locks he can.
Let's do... so is that what Sibyl is doing as well?
I would say Sibyl was opening her mouth to say that there was no point in staying here. Neither of us look like we'd be able to actually get the outside job done. And before she says it, Gigi takes off, and her estimation of this round and rosy man has gone up after the crying had brought it down quite a bit. So yeah, Sibyl tears off after Gigi, apparently still holding some mysterious scrolls.
Amazing. Back at the back of the train, what is Thomas and Chatsworth, as we're kind of back around to initiative, more figures are coming out of that caboose area.
Did Thomas get a turn after I shot?
He's first.
Oh, right. So I got the second turn. Right.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
What are you both doing in this? Well, let's say, Thomas, what are you doing? Let's go in initiative order. Why not?
Okay. So we just left the storage cart, did we?
You're still in the storage cart right now.
At the door.
At the door, there's I think, oh my god, my brain. 3 of the zombies that were in the locked area are dead, but more are pouring through from the caboose area. They all seem like train employees. That's the general demeanor that they have.
Do I see anything? Do I see like anything flammable? Like, no, that's not a good idea. I
Give me
think
an
we should get
intelligence.
out of here.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check, Thomas.
No, Thomas knows it's not a good idea.
No, you just give me a check. And JW, roll me a d10.
It's 68. I needed a 65.
Do you want to use your luck?
No.
JW got
sure?
a 4.
A
Yes,
4?
I'm sure.
You are paranoid, JW. It seems like you can't really trust anyone on board right now.
Is that anything new?
I was going to say, wasn't that one of his starting traits?
For the next 10 minutes at least right now, as you're having a small bout of madness. You're not spending the luck, Thomas? What are you doing
Can't do it.
on your turn?
I'm just going to turn to Chad and say, we need to get out of here and lock the door. Après-vous?
I guess on Chatsworth's turn, this is probably going to be a mechanical repair or some shit. Is there a way to decouple the back two cars from the...
That's what the intelligence check was for.
Yeah, so that's what I would love to do that. But
if
I thought you were going to make me catch something on fire.
Nope. If you want to do a strength or mechanical repair, either one of those to pull the pin.
yeah, I will take strength.
Let's go.
I rolled a 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You see all these figures stumbling towards you as you decouple the connection to, if we look at the map that only us have, and I'm not putting it up on the stream because I'm too lazy. That is between the crew sleeper and the lower class seating. So you guys have left the locked storage, crew sleepers. You've run through to this point, pulled that section of the oh my god, the decoupler. There we go. You decoupled the train at that point.
See, I didn't want to do that because the artifact is on it, but I rolled a 68.
The brake is also there. Monty runs through as he sees the back half of the train. The train is speeding up, and we're right on the cusp of getting into Null Shore. And that was the only other main brake.
What do you mean the only other main brake?
Engineers
We didn't want those cars.
Engineers are dead.
Oh, are they up and walking about? Because there was dead people walking around in that one. I know that sounds crazy.
Turns and looks over his shoulder, and the investigator's like, right, I'm gonna go see what I can sort out. And he kind of rushes ahead. Monty's like, I didn't, I saw some strange folk, but I thought they were just sick.
Where did you see them?
Yeah.
Just points over his shoulder.
I think we got to get to the front of the train.
Yeah, let's... is there any other brakes on any of the other cars?
In every car, you can do a spot hidden check to see if you can locate the brake of that car. And we're in lower...
Did you say this out loud? Because I'll help with the spot hit.
I'll say, yeah, both of you can do this on your turn as you're running through. You're in lower class seating area right now. If you want to do a spot hidden... Actually, one of you needs to do a spot hidden check. This isn't D&D, baby.
I can take it.
After you.
This is one of the good skills I picked, so... 46. That's
46.
it's just a regular success.
Hell yeah. You spot the brake of this car, and do you engage it?
Yeah.
Great.
Congratulations.
And the both of you move on to the next with Monty into the general seating area. There's a few people kind of slumped over. If one of you wants to do a check here, if you want to save the most amount of time, I would say someone goes on to the next car as well.
I'll go on to the next card.
You're gonna leave me with the sick fucking people? Thanks.
Yeah, the one who can shoot.
Working backwards from the engine to crew storage to owner's suite, Gigi and Sibyl, are you doing the same?
I think we should leapfrog, I'll say.
Okay.
I have an idea of what Gigi is gonna do, and it's gonna do what he does best because he knows he's not the most agile and or mechanically adept man, so he is going to get us to the lounge as quickly as he can. All the people still gathered there, and he is going to make an announcement saying, "This train is quickly careening out of our control and about to crash into our beloved Null Shore. We need every hand we can, pulling all the brakes on this train as quickly as possible," and try to convince them to help us with grabbing all the brakes possible.
You burst into the lounge and give this speech, and as you stop, catch your breath and look around, you see no one really is stirring or making much movement to help you. You actually look at where the first class people were sitting down drinking their champagne. One of them has broken a glass and is carving out portions of another, scooping it into their mouth with the broken glass. You look over to the bar and you see some people reaching over with a fork and knife to slice off skin from one another as they're gently consuming it. Another is in the back. You see it looks like they're just slurping the blood out from an opened cavity of someone that they just had murdered.
Gigi sees this, slowly nods, and backs away into the previous car and just closes the door again.
You back up to the kitchen? The kitchen would
Yeah.
be between you and the owner's suite, I should say. You back up towards the north. Let's say that towards Sibyl. You back up and close the door, and you see Sibyl there. Sibyl, do you want to do a spot hidden for the break?
I think Sibyl would have been doing that if Gigi was running ahead. Sibyl would have been stopping in every car along the way to do a spot hidden to see if she could find the break.
Hell yeah! Well, let's do the first one for the crew storage.
Okay.
We'll see where we get there.
Okay, I succeeded for that one. Just a regular success.
So that's 2 successes out of these train cars, if I'm not mistaken. I will tell you, you need 5 to stop this train.
Okay.
Thomas, you run up into general dining. You burst in through the door. The investigator has already gone through to the next one. And you look around. You see a young couple, their arms entwined, chunks of flesh feeding each other at a table. You see a group of people laughing and having a wonderful little chat as they consume one of their friends laying open on one of the dining tables as well.
Without the flash, I'm going to take a picture of the young couple, and
It's either take a picture or find a break, and you're taking a picture.
fuck.
Look, those are gonna get him into National Geographic, so...
Journalism integrity right there.
National Geo
Nah,
very
I'm
graphic.
taking a picture. I'll do it on the next turn.
You take a picture. Chatsworth, you're trying to find a break. Why don't you do your spot hidden roll for the general seating? JW, you're feeling paranoid. You would have ran past the lounge. You find yourself in the first class area. What's JW doing right now?
Well, okay. Do I perceive things normally, or am I perceiving things strangely right now?
You feel like everyone you see you cannot trust. The investigator comes through the door at the far end. Hey, we need to start pulling brakes, man. We got to slow this train down.
How do I feel like that's the truth?
Let's do a sanity check.
Shit. Let's check my stats here. Current sanity is 42. I'm gonna roll. I rolled an 81.
Oh.
Got any luck?
This investigator is out for your blood.
All right, so the nunchucks come out. We. I'm not going to let him harm me today.
Not today, Satan.
You see the
Could
investigator
you please demonstrate how
draws
this works?
his pistol.
No.
Actually, sorry, he already had
Pistol
it out. but
versus nunchuck.
we don't have to do this, man. Whatever's going on, we can stop this.
I'm going to kick off my shoes, and I'm going to
Amazing.
try to hit the gun out of his hand with the nunchuck.
He is going to attempt to fight back. You're going to roll, and whatever level of success you get, he's going to try to beat it to get the jump on you.
Okay.
He's going to learn what happens when you take a gun to a nunchuck fight. Yeah.
67.
JW.
67. A 17.
Oh no.
This is going to be... Jesus. That's an extreme success. So that's 10 points of damage. It's a gun. Wait, you can't crit on a fight back roll. He's going to roll 1d10. That's 6 points of damage. Sorry, you can't do critical damage on a fight back roll. That is a fact. How much hit points? You had 8 hit points, is that right?
Where? Shit, I'm trying to find how many hit points. I know it wasn't...
Near the top, probably.
Okay, at the character
2
control
slots
panel?
above luck.
It is
2
8.
slots above luck. Oh, it is 8. Okay.
You are at 2 hit points. That's over half of your health. You have a major wound. Roll me a d20, and we'll see where this major wound is.
15.
15. Let's...
You lose 15 fingers.
This is a gut shot.
Oh.
You're dead, brother.
Yeah.
You swing with the nunchuck, and the investigator has the look of, what the fuck, and just shoots you.
Exactly as it should be.
The investigator's having a rough day, ran into some zombies, and then a dude with nunchucks.
Kicked off
Of course he's shooting from the hip.
and then
Yeah.
This is literally just that it scene from Indiana Jones.
Fuck. You would have been fully dead if he crit, honestly. That is JW and the investigator. Jesus Christ, that was truly just the wildest shit. We
I
have
didn't try to go insane.
Chatsworth. What did you get? On
Chatsworth is far more worried about the sick people in this cart because he rolled a 98.
That is a fucking fumble.
Is it?
Yeah, you can push the roll.
What does that do again?
You take some more time, but you're doubling down in this train car. You're spending more time. It could be a danger to stay in here too long, but if you feel like you need to get this break, then it's up to you.
I've seen how well Thomas looks when he's not taking pictures. So I will push this roll.
All right, let's try it again.
Oh baby, that's a 16. That's a it's 2 over a hard success.
That's 3.
Could spend luck points.
3 breaks.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think
would
it
a
would
hard
matter.
success help here?
No.
Okay.
You know what?
spend them
Here,
anyway.
if you spend it for hard success, I'll say you won't suffer the consequences that
All
I
right, I'll do
I
it.
was about to do.
I'll spend my 2.
All right.
I'm down to 26, baby.
And you join Thomas in the dining car, who's taking pictures. Gigi and Sibyl, what are you two doing? You guys are kind of near the... sorry, Sibyl, you're running back from crew storage towards the owner's suite, and Gigi, you're just on the other end of the door of the lounge, just kind of like...
I don't know anything has gotten weirder than the murdered engineers, I guess. So I'm just on to the next car to get the next break.
Let's do another check. Gigi,
So this
what are
is
you
the
doing?
owners?
The owner's suite. What's Gigi doing?
Gigi, from where he is barring the door, just sort of bellows out, Miss, have you had any luck with those scrolls yet? I believe the way forward may be barred.
Shit. I got a 38 for the break, so I got it. It's not a hard success, but it's a success.
That is 4 breaks. Not Rooney, Gigi. Kind of rhymes. You see Sibyl as she runs into the kitchen car. As you yell out about the scrolls, what are you two doing?
So, is there anything in the kitchen car we still need to look for? Is there a break here?
There's another
There should
break
be a
here.
break, yeah. And that
Okay.
would be our last one.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I
We
guess
will be
I'll,
done, but
I'll
I took
do
a picture. So
Yeah,
mad
I'll-
about it, Ed.
I'll
Shut
do
up,
a
Chad.
spot hidden for the kitchen break.
Let's go.
While she's doing that, I will pull out the scrolls that he gave me.
Yeah,
And- Sorry, while he's doing that, I will pull out the scrolls that he gave me. Oh no, that's not the face I want.
That's a 99. So
You can't spend
I'm
luck on
gonna
a
push it.
Oh, you can push it.
Push it real good.
Yeah, okay, let's push it. I have some thoughts.
Nope, only an 86.
You wander into the kitchen to try and find any kind of break. The kitchen is kind of divided from the hallway itself, and you don't spot a break out in the hallway, so you wander into the kitchen, and as you turn, you see one of the cooks lunge at you. With an 82, they miss, but they're coming after you. What's Sibyl doing?
Shit. There's a cook going after Gigi. Alright.
Oh, sorry, you were asking about the scrolls, Sibyl. That's what do you
Well,
have...
I was saying I was starting to dig them out while Gigi was looking for the break, but I didn't realize that there were other people in here.
Well, that would have
If
taken
Gigi
some...
is suddenly...
That would have taken some time for Gigi, as Gigi was kind of looking for the break. If
Okay.
you have languages or an occult skill, or a straight intelligence,
I was hoping for straight intelligence.
let's do it.
Cool. Ooh, that is the best kind of success you can get. I got a 15, and my intelligence is 90.
Holy shit!
Nice.
An extreme success. You, for some reason, feel like you're picking up the details of these 2 documents. One reads, attach the hungry to yourself, navigate their desire, is a rough kind of translation. And the other one reads, bring forth reckless desire to satiate. And it
Alright,
looks like that
attach
one
the
is...
hungry to yourself.
It looks like the second one I mentioned was... You see some smudging on that one.
Okay. Can you say the second line of the first scroll again?
Yes. It is attach the hungry to yourself, navigate their desire.
And the second one was, sorry.
The second one was bring forth reckless desire to satiate. And that one has smudge marks. With your extreme success, someone had been poking at... It looks like they've been handling it, trying to figure it out prior.
Okay. Well, the first one sounds bad. I don't want anyone attached to me. So I'll focus on the second one. Pending what else is going on in the car.
I'll let you know. It looks like whatever may have happened with that extreme success might be the result of the first one. And whatever could help might be the second one, but it comes at a cost.
Okay.
Thomas and Chatsworth, what are you doing as you're running through the general dining area now towards the upper class?
Did you find the break in here? What the hell are you doing? No, man, I had to change my film roll. Damn, okay, seriously? Okay,
Chatsworth.
I'll have a look. Okay, yeah, you look, I'll watch the people. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on the couple that is eating each other's faces right now.
And there's another group that are dining on their friend.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Holy shit. That is that an extreme success for you?
For a spot hit? Yes. Yeah. 11 is the thing I needed.
Fuck yeah. You both get the break and get out of this car. This is the 5th break before the figures lunge towards you for staying too long in this car. That extreme success just saved you from getting attacked. You push past towards the upper class as you see the investigators standing over J.W. Powers, who seems to be manic and still swinging a nunchuck around. Sibyl and Gigi, are you moving backwards through the lounge? Or what's the direction you are moving in? I should ask.
We didn't make it to the lounge, right?
You're in the next car to it.
Okay.
I got in there briefly, and I advised that it was bad stuff ahead.
Yeah.
So Gigi is definitely trying to back up towards the owner's quarters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a mad line cook? What's going on?
Yeah.
As Gigi starts to
Normal
back
restaurant.
up, you see a figure come around the corner holding a knife, but not like they're intending to use it. They seem to be more kind of grasping out with their hand, trying to make swipes. If you two are moving back towards the owner's suite, I'll say you can make that run, but if you decide to stay, things could get worse.
I'll run.
Yeah, I'm definitely bugging out.
Both of you get to the owner's suite door and close it as this figure is slowly making their way through the hallway. Thomas and Chatsworth push with the detective into the first class area with JW on the floor. JW, you get some clarity, but you've got a bad wound.
Okay, so the way I feel about the inspector, has that changed?
No.
I still fear him immensely.
It hasn't
He
been,
did shoot you.
It hasn't been 10 minutes.
Right, okay. So JW is going to roll over onto his stomach and try to sort of army crawl away from the inspector if possible.
Yep. Easily done.
Nunchuck still in hand.
Of course, for dear life. Which car would I be heading to if I was going just away from the inspector?
You're heading towards first class dining.
Okay. I guess my goal would be to get a door between me and the inspector. I'm going to try to cross from car to car. In my current state,
You're
manage?
crawling.
I'm crawling, yeah.
Bloodily along the floor. Chatsworth and Thomas, you see all of this happening. The investigator's like, he came at me with his weapon there.
Chatsworth looks at Thomas and goes, "Hey man, I think the egg got the heebie-jeebies. Let me go talk to him." And Chatsworth would approach JW and like very slowly avoiding the nunchucks if possible. And I would like to try and use like psychology to see if I can help calm him down a bit.
Let's do psychology. JW, you need to give me a sanity roll to see if you can trust this person.
Okay, so my sanity went down from the last time, right? Did I lose points for that, or is
no.
it just baseline? Okay,
Yeah,
so in
you're
that case,
still in your bout of madness right now.
okay, so my sanity rating would remain at 48, which was its original thing when this started.
Yeah. I'll say Chatsworth and Thomas, give me a sanity roll, actually. Seeing JW with this, you've seen some bad wounds. This is a bad wound.
24 for JW.
That's a success.
Yes.
Great.
Before I do my sanity check, can I tell you what I got on my psychology roll?
Yes.
I got a 24 as well, which is a hard success.
JW is panicking right now.
That boy needs therapy.
That boy needs therapy.
Oh,
Crazy in a nut.
Crush my sanity check. I got a 9.
Psychosomatic.
Holy shit. You both are fine. You don't
That
lose
boy
any
needs
sanity.
therapy.
As JW is kind of crawling towards the next car.
I got a 17.
Amazing. Yeah, you both are fine. The investigator's
So I
like,
think-
Yeah, we've seen some shit.
Yeah, as you say, I think that's exactly what Chatsworth is saying as he's walking up towards JW's. Hey man, I've seen bad shit like this before. You gotta stop. We gotta keep them insides inside.
you trust him in this moment. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel okay about him. I guess I'm going to try to indicate that I want his help somehow.
Maybe stop swinging the nunchucks at me.
Absolutely. So, nunchucks down. JW rolls over to expose his wound so a friendly can have a look.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "I'm sorry. I didn't recognize him."
Hey, it's all good, mate. I just rolled into Lux for a second there. It's all good, buddy.
So long
Seen
ago.
this before. Yeah. So
It appears
I-
you have a gut wound.
Yeah, there we go. I guess Chad would see if I can pull something out of my bag to use to like stop the bleeding. Even
This
though I
would
know
be
it's
a
terrible
first-
gut wound.
This would be a first aid check.
Yeah.
I know that this isn't D&D, but can I help? I have like the powder and stuff for the flash.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that you could use it to like flash burn the wound closed.
We'll do an advantage. Yeah, we'll do a bonus die for that. So
Okay.
roll your tens die twice for that check.
Is this going to hurt?
Ooh, that's good. 'cause
Not
the first
at all.
one. The first one was a 96, so.
Oh, that would have
Wow.
hurt.
Oh, damn. Second one was an 86, so.
That's
It's better.
that's not a
I-
fumble, but you don't succeed to make this better.
Dude,
What a
JW.
shitty day for JW.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you're gonna make it, if I'm being honest. This is pretty rough.
I mean, how far away were you from a success?
Oh, a fuck ton. I needed a 40. I need 46. I do not have the luck to get there.
You,
What is your first aid?
40.
Oh,
Is yours better than mine?
no.
Oh.
yeah, you can't attempt this for an hour.
Ooh. Yeah, sorry, dog.
We could try shooting him again.
Gigi and Sibyl, you move back towards the owner's area. What are you two doing? You're kind of closed off in this area now to yourself. The train is slowing. It seems like it's... You see, you're passing by buildings now outside. The chugs are going... as you hear the brakes squealing on the iron rails.
I suggest we cordon ourselves off in Mr. Phoenix's quarters for the rest of this ride, as it seems the only place we are already certain is not teeming with the living dead. And just try to sort of push us into the Waylon Phoenix's private quarters and close the door on us in there, if Sibyl is amenable to that.
Sibyl stiffens up real hard. What are the exit points from this car? Because if the train is slowing down, Sibyl wants to know where an exit point is to get the fuck off this train.
The obvious ones are the windows, and between most cars, there's a door out to the outside.
Okay, but there's windows in the...
Yep.
Okay, then Sibyl lets herself be corralled into the owner's suite as she is, as she moves, trying to study the second scroll to figure out what she can do with it, why she gets the feeling it's the one that will fix something.
I will tell you that you will need to make a sanity check. And by sanity check, I should say you're going to lose an amount of sanity, a dice roll. And to succeed in looking at this scroll to see if it can help, you need to make a magic roll. And for every 1 magic point you spend, increases your chance of success by 10%.
Okay.
So if you spend a lot of
magic you
magic, it's going to be easier.
How bad was it out there, Gigi?
It was horrible. They were peeling the skin off each other's faces and feeding them to each other like the most intimate of lovers.
All right, no need to make an appraise check on that. I'll spend 4 magic points.
For a 40% chance, you're going to lose 1d6 of sanity. You can roll that if you want.
Okay. Oh, I got a 6.
Holy shit. We'll deal with that in a second.
Okay, so no longer. Okay, and then I roll a sanity.
You're rolling... No, you're just doing a D100. You have a 40% chance based on the magic that you spent.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. The 10 looks a lot like the 70, and it is the 10, however. So I rolled a 14.
Hell yeah. That's a hard success, not an extreme success, I think, off the top of my head. That's not 1/5, but it is past half. Everything, the lights kind of flicker for a moment, and you hear this strange sound, again, coming out of all of the speakers that are wired around the train for announcements. And then in an instant, everything kind of calms. The train comes to a stop. Everything is still. You look over at Gigi, and you see that there's blood coming out of Gigi's mouth. Gigi, you were awful hungry earlier. You don't feel so good right now. You just...
I pull my derringer out of my skirts.
You feel, Gigi, like you need to eat something. And the only thing you can see to eat right now is Sibyl.
Yeah. Gigi's not one to defy his baser instincts. If there's a command, he's going to follow it.
I need Sibyl to give me a D10 roll for that sanity as well.
A 9?
Okay. Well, you gain a phobia, and we'll decide what that is before the next session.
Okay.
You have a new fear of middle managers.
Probably something food related. We'll figure it out. What's Gigi doing? Going for Sibyl?
Yes, I think it's not an obvious lunge. He is a very large man, so he is just trying to corner her, I think. Just murmuring something about, you seem like quite the intelligent young lady. I have some very interesting paperwork to show you, miss. And just getting closer and closer.
If he's got blood coming out of his mouth, like I said, Sibyl has pulled her derringer.
If you want to give me a firearms check.
I do. Unfortunately, because it's a derringer, I have to wait until Gigi is pretty close to me.
There's not much room in this suite.
It is a train car, like
yeah.
a third of a train car.
Okay. That's the skill beside the gun, right?
Yeah.
What does... Oh, no.
I can look as well.
The bracket after the gun, is that it's ammo?
If you don't
load?
have... the bracket after the gun. You have the Derringer, it's 1d6. You have one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Do not miss your chance.
One opportunity.
Yeah.
It's my favorite song by the Derringer Escape Plan.
This is the Derringer escape plan right now.
I got a 4, which is under the best.
Oh boy.
I have a 25 in this, so it's 12 and then 5, and I got a 4.
Jesus. Roll a d6 for me.
Oops, there goes Rabbit.
A 3?
That's 9 points of damage to Gigi as Gigi is blown backwards onto the ground. The train has stopped. The electric locks on the outer doors disengage and open up into the cool night air. You see some people who still have their minds are running off screaming for help. You all step outside, getting as far away as you possibly can. Somewhere within the train, between the halls, slowly crawling until he has no energy left, is J.W. Powers, who bleeds out inside the first class area. Laying back on the chair next to a host of documents about Chariot and Ferris is Gigi, who has suffered a brutal blast to the chest and has bled out and died. Sibyl, Chatsworth, Thomas, you all glance around at the train station that you didn't crash into just now. And that is where we're going to end this session.
We
Join
killed
us
both
next
the
time where we
guests.
kill another 2 guests.
Yeah, right. Sinead with the first party kill of the group.
Join us
Sinead,
next...
I can't believe you would do that to me.
Yeah, how dare you?
Join us next time when we will have 2 more guests. Captain Grayson and Katie will be joining us for our next session.
Oh my god, oh that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Listen, it was
How
gonna...
will we kill them?
It was gonna go bad. There are some mysteries left on board some mysteries left from the train. Who used the scroll? Who are those 2 individuals? That one of which moved towards the back of the train, one of which moved towards the front of the train. It looks like one of those scrolls was used, but by who? 2 of your new friends lay dead on the train, but what awaits you as you look up is Hotel Horizons, the main hotel of the downtown area. You know that there's going to be an event here that Wayland Phoenix is meant to rally the crowd, rally the locals of Null Shore to get them on board and excited about the new development of the mine. I want to thank Rooney and Retsyn. Since we introduced Retsyn's character first, Rooney, tell us about yourself, where people can find you, what you're up to, and all that good stuff.
Hi, I'm Rooney, audio drama creator and general fan of TTRPG groups based out of different countries, apparently. My main project right now is an audio drama called Starfall, which is basically polar opposite in vibes to everything we just experienced. And our season 2 is coming out this July. So hope you had a fun time with Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. Joining us here for the first time, and we killed his character. Retsyn, what do you do? Where can people find you and all that fun stuff?
You guys can find me on Twitch as Retsyn6502, where I will do some semi-educational game development stuff. You can also join my Discord, link found on the Twitch page, to get help with your CG projects, learn about how to use Maya and 3D suites, and all that. Game development fun, programming fun, all kinds of educational goodies.
Hell yeah. What a little time that we've had here. I'm going to do a little outro, since this will be, a podcast at some point in time, but I want to thank you all for listening to the No Fame podcast. This episode of Null Shore 1932 featured our lovely guests, Retsyn as JW Powers. You can catch Retsyn on his Twitch at Retsyn6502. That's RETSYN 6502. Rooney as Gordon Gilroy Crothers, aka GG. You can catch Rooney on their social media at Rooney Runes. That's ROONEYRUNES. And of course, we have our main pod crew. That's Patrick O'Reilly as Thomas Clark, Josh Fritz as Chatsworth Seabring, Sinéad Marguerite as Sibyl Avery, and myself, Justin Crane, as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. If you want to keep up with everything that we are doing, you can catch us on our Discord. That's discord.nofame.ca. All other links can be found at nofame.ca. We can't wait for you to visit the shore again, and we'll see you soon. We're going to raid. I'm going to take a look. This was hella fun. This is the first time running Call of Cthulhu. I'm sweating. Fucking sweating.
You did such a good job. You did
Really,
such a good
This
job.
was great.
It was spooky.
Was this a little intense?
It was a little intense. I had to change a lot. A lot.
Man, it was smooth. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
it was
this.
slick. Murder mystery on a train is always like, how the fuck do you frame that? It's dope.
And there's a lot of threads to follow. Friends in chat, I'm so sorry I couldn't keep up with the chat a lot, but what I caught was pure gold, especially when the nunchucks came out. So good. We're going to raid Lost Caravan RPG. And wait, are they doing... What are they doing? Yeah, sorry, it looked like a conference room, but I think that's a part of the game. We're going to raid Lost Caravan RPG. We'll see you back in 2 weeks with some new guests. Bye-bye.
Good night, Null Shore.
Good night. Shore.